Have you ever felt completely cornered, with no way out? Well, today we're diving into a story about a woman who found herself in exactly that spot. Trapped in the wide open with enemies closing in from all sides. But what happened next is a masterclass in staying cool under pressure and turning the tables when you least expect it. Picture this, a vast sun-scorched plain. There's nowhere to hide, no cover in sight. Our hero, let's call her Elara, is on the run. Behind her, a relentless squad of hunters, heavily armed and moving with military precision. In front of her, nothing but empty, unforgiving terrain. For anyone else, this would be the end of the line. A checkmate. The hunters thought so too. They slowed their pace, spreading out to form a tightening circle, savoring what they believed was an easy victory. They underestimated her. Big time. Elara wasn't just a survivor. She was a brilliant strategist. She knew she couldn't outrun them, and she definitely couldn't fight them head-on. So, she did something completely counterintuitive. She stopped, right in the middle of the open field. She just stopped. The hunters were confused. Was she surrendering? Was it a trap? Their hesitation was exactly what she was counting on. It was a crack in their perfect formation, a moment of doubt. And a moment was all she needed. As they cautiously crept closer, their perfect circle started to warp. Some were bolder, moving faster, while others held back, suspicious. The uniform line was broken. This was her opening. With a sudden burst of speed, she didn't run away from them. She ran directly towards the weakest point in their closing net, the gap that had formed between two of the hunters. It was an incredibly risky move, a gamble that they wouldn't be able to react in time. But Elara had been watching them, studying their movements, their pace, their individual behaviors. She knew which two were the most likely to hesitate. As she sprinted through the gap, chaos erupted. The hunters were so focused on closing the circle that they weren't prepared for a direct charge. They fumbled, shouting orders, their discipline shattering. Some tried to shoot, but their lines of fire were now blocked by their own teammates. They were in each other's way. By the time they reorganized, Elara had gained precious ground. She wasn't just running blindly anymore. She was using the confusion she had created to her advantage, weaving and changing direction, making herself an impossible target. She had turned their greatest strength, their numbers, into their biggest weakness. They were so busy trying not to hit each other that they couldn't effectively track her. She had outmaneuvered them all, not with brute force, but with pure psychological warfare. She used their expectations against them and turned an open field, a death trap, into her own personal playground. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the best move isn't the most obvious one. When you feel trapped, sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to stop, think, and find the one move that no one sees coming. What do you think of her strategy? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you next time.